Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. DuvalMafia here, and in today's video I'm going to be basically talking about the entire Urban Meyer situation and also talk about my opinions on the Jaguars. So to jump right into this quickly, earlier this morning I woke up and saw all these reports about the whole Urban Meyer situation where he's basically losing the locker room and he's blaming everybody else but himself, which I absolutely cannot believe that a head coach with his type of resume would be doing that right now. It's honestly a jackass type of behavior, and it's ridiculous that I'm even seeing these reports. Now, I know some of them aren't true, some of them are. It's hard to tell which ones are which. But one of the reports I saw was him having a very heated argument with wide receiver Marvin Jones, one of the locker room's most respected and mild-mannered veterans. And he became so angry with Meyer's public and private criticism of the receiver group that he left the facility until other staff members convinced him to come back. And he had a heated argument with Meyer during practice, as I said. And then, on top of that, during a staff meeting, Meyer delivered a biting message that he's a winner and all of his assistant coaches, that he hired, by the way, are losers. And according to several people, he informed the contents of the meeting that he was challenging each coach individually to explain when they've ever won and forcing them to defend their resumes to him. Now, this to me is absolutely shocking because Urban Meyer is one of the people who helped build this coaching staff. So if you helped build this coaching staff, why did you not choose winners? Those are very conflicting arguments for me, and I don't really fully understand it. And it's actually kind of pissing me off that I saw these reports. Like, I just do not understand that in the slightest. Like, I saw all these Jaguars pages posting about it yesterday, and I was honestly dumbfounded. I didn't want to make a video on it right away because I wanted to see a little bit more about it, and I didn't want to just jump on it because, honestly, I wanted to let it progress a little bit and see what would happen today, see what would really progress from this. And honestly, watching this team, it's clear that Urban Meyer does not have this locker room. It's clear that he's doing more harm than more good. And I'm officially changing my mind about the whole idea of giving him another year. I honestly would be happy if Urban Meyer was fired tomorrow. I think it's just he needs to get out of the situation. He cannot handle the NFL level. I don't care what he did at Ohio State. I don't care what he did at the college level. He is not a good NFL coach. And now that he's blaming everybody but himself shows how sorry of a coach that he truly is. And I'm honestly upset that I ever thought that he was actually a good coach for the Jaguars to get. Now, I will admit, I was never high on Urban as it was, but I did think he could come in and be a little bit better than this and actually help us a little bit more than he has. At this point, I really feel like he's done more harm than good. I mean, the only one that's really been good from this offseason so far is Trevor Lawrence himself, and he's been mediocre stats-wise, but he's the only one who's been positive through everything, and he's been trying to help this team grow, help this team long-term be better, be something special. And he's talked about it multiple times, and he's the one being mature at 22 years old, instead of his coach that's going out to bars and picking up girls and doing all this stuff on a 2-11 season. It's honestly embarrassing. Shad Khan should be embarrassed right now for the way the Jaguars are looking and the fact that Urban Meyer is making an absolute joke out of his team that he has spent so much money on. Urban Meyer should be fired this week and honestly should be fired today or tomorrow. I don't want him to be on this team anymore. I don't want him influencing this team anymore. Him getting into an argument with Marvin Jones, who's one of the most respected players around the entire league probably, shows all that you need to know. Because Marvin Jones has been in the league for a while, and he's been around, and he knows what he's doing. He's seen a lot in his time in the league. And the fact that Urban Meyer's picking fights with him on top of his own coaching staff just shows you everything, and it's so angering for me. I really feel like it's time that Urban gets the fuck out of Duval. Like, we don't want him anymore. It's just embarrassing at this point. I was one of those people who was open to giving him another year, but it's very clear right now that Urban just does not know what he's doing, and I honestly am done with him at this point. And I hope he's fired. As I've said multiple times, I just do not want him influencing this team at all anymore. Make Charlie Strong the interim head coach, and then address it this offseason. I have no interest in this. The Jaguars are officially got eliminated from the playoffs today anyways, so there's absolutely no reason for Urban Meyer to stay until the end of the season. He should be fired tomorrow, and I just don't want anything to do with him anymore. He can go hang out with bars and have problems with his wife on his own time. He does not need to be bringing the Jacksonville Jaguars into all this drama around him. And to touch on the Jaguars themselves, Darrell Bevell should also be gone this offseason. I'm done with Darrell Bevell as well. After today's game, it was just embarrassing. He's not learning. He's not learning anything. Joe Cullen can stay. I want Joe Cullen to stay because his defense, even though they've shown hot and cold, I like what I'm seeing from them as a unit, and I think they could be actually very good next year if we add 1 to 2 more pieces. So I do want to see Joe Cullen stay. And for most of our other coaches, I'd really be okay with them staying. I mainly just want Urban Meyer and Darrell Bevell gone. I don't really care anymore. I just want those 2 guys off this team as soon as possible. Shad Khan and Trent Baalke should be acting on this immediately. And I'm honestly over it. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I just don't want anything to do with it anymore. I'm done with the situation. I'm not defending them anymore. I've tried to constantly defend these idiots, and they've constantly embarrassed me. Darrell Bevell is one of the worst offensive coordinators I've ever seen in the National Football League. His play calling is so stagnant, is so boring, and is so predictable that he can't get even 20 rushing yards on a day. If you can't get 20 rushing yards when you have a former Pro Bowl running back from last year on your freaking squad, you obviously don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's very apparent. Not to mention he has a generational talent, Trevor Lawrence, who everybody sees his arm talent, and he can't get any potential out of him? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. The fact that he can't draw up anything to help this offense is absolutely mind-blowing to me. It shows you how little he actually understands what the fuck he's even here for. And him, along with Urban Meyer, are both just cancers to this locker room, and I'm honestly tired of it. I want them off the team, and I don't want to even hear about it anymore. I'm honestly fucking done with them both. And at this point, if Shad Khan doesn't see these problems, he can fucking sell the team while he's at it, because I'm fucking over him too. Shad Khan has put a lot into this team, and I will give him credit for it, but it's giving me a headache and a migraine every day reading all this shit that Shad Khan does absolutely nothing about. You see all these owners around the NFL that are so into their teams and are so helpful to their teams, and then you see Shad Khan who's like, oh, well, I have money, doesn't that mean I'll be good? No, you need to actually be involved with the fucking team. It's actually just a joke, and it's so frustrating, because Jaguars fans deserve so much better than this. They deserve so much more than what Darrell Bevell, Urban Meyer, Shad Khan, and this entire team is giving them. It's honestly a joke for how much support that they get constantly from all these diehard fans, and they can't give us anything more than a mediocre season and one good season in the past 20 years in 2017. That's the best thing in 20 years for the Jaguars. It's taken them 20 years to get a couple playoff wins. You know how sorry that is? It's one of the most infuriating things I've ever seen. I'm just so tired of it right now. And I just can't believe, I'm honestly to the point where I kind of miss Doug Marrone. And I never thought in a million years I'd be fucking saying that right now. I thought Doug Marrone was the worst thing to ever happen. And honestly, I would be ecstatic if we had him right now. If we had him right now, we might even be like 3 or 4 wins instead of 2. Urban Meyer has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And I just want him off this fucking team at this point. I'm done with the situation. I'm done with Urban Meyer. Done with Darrell Bevell, and I'm to my breaking point with Shad Khan. If this dude doesn't get it the fuck together within the next 1 to 2 off seasons, he better fucking sell this team to somebody who will do it right. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. And as always, peace out, Duval. And from the bottom of my heart, to all you diehard Jags fans, I'm sorry for the sorry showing that these Jaguars are giving you.